Welcome to Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. We've got these big, awesome pitches that you guys are going to hear that everybody's been working on all weekend long. We're really happy to have you here. Thanks to all of those who've come out that aren't participants and just part of the community to come see what awesome things your fellow people are up to. We're really happy to have you here. So for those of you that don't know, I'm Taylor. I'm one of your Techstars global facilitators for this weekend, specifically your facilitator. And I've been here along with Eileen all weekend long, helping run the show, making sure that the organizing team had some help and helping you guys along your process this weekend.
It's been a real pleasure. Next slide.
So Techstars is a worldwide network that helps entrepreneurs succeed. It is a really great organization that helps with a lot of things, and Startup Weekend is one of them. So with our next slide, we've had 400,000 participants since 2009, 6,000 events across the globe in 150 countries and 1,475 cities. You are part of a huge community of entrepreneurs out there. It's a huge network of awesome people doing similar things to what you are. And those who have been through a startup weekend can also relate to the chaos that you've experienced this weekend, whether that was in person or now in the more virtual space.
So let's talk about that. What did we accomplish this weekend? In the last 46 hours, we had 30 ideas pitched, 13 chosen, and 9 teams complete. So we're going to hear from 9 teams tonight. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Woo-hoo.
We have over 124 people invested in this weekend, 4 judges, 15 mentors, 9 team guides and staff, 12 design committee members, 2 Spanish interpreters, they have been phenomenal, 2 facilitators, me and the facilitator, 3 organizers on data, 1 founder, HQ, Justin, 10 local sponsors, 14 partners, 2 global sponsors, and we had 50 participants start and 26 brave souls complete. Now at Techstars, we know that the hardest part in starting any business is actually starting. So Startup Weekend drops you right into the deep end of the pool and immerses you with other people to go on that entrepreneurial journey. We want you to connect, and you have, to mentors, founders, experts, like-minded souls, and your teammates and your future colleagues. We want you to discover tools, resources, and a road to take. And you did that. You found your map. You spoke to customers. You came up with ideas. You changed ideas. And we want you to learn what it really takes to start a company. It really takes grit, flexibility, pivot, balance, and really knowing yourself and your personal why. And you've all really shown that. And it's really been Taylor and my honor to work with you this weekend. We do this for our community, for our economy, and to grow entrepreneurs. We want you to have purpose and intent and change your communities. And we are just so honored to have been part of this journey with you this weekend. So go forth and continue to create, and let's hear all those great ideas and everyone cheer each other on. So now for the next slide, we are really honored to have been working with IIED all weekend with Brad Barbeau and Sham Kamen. Did I say that right this time?
Sham Kamath.
Sham Kamath, who have really set the foundation for what is possible, and really this incredible community outreach. Brad, do you want to say some welcoming comments right now?
I'll just say welcome to everybody. You all have seen me through the weekend, and in a few minutes after we do the presentations, I'm going to talk to you about some great opportunities for following up with Startup Weekend.
Yeah, IIED is not going anywhere. They are here to help you on your journey. And then we're going to call on Jenny Kwan one of the co-organizers, to take you through the sponsors. Next slide. And everyone that has stood behind you and will stand with you as you grow. Jenny?
Great, yes. Thank you, Eileen and Taylor. I'm Jenny Kwan. I co-chaired this event with Mary Jo Zank and Lynette Lathrop. Thank you both. You'll hear from both of them as well. Justin Williams was the designer and creator of Founder HQ, which was our meeting site, and he was amazing. Thank you again, Justin, for all your work and all your help. Next slide. I also want to thank our Spanish team. You guys were amazing. Ana Bonilla Jusino, Mireille Mariansky are interpreters, and they are here right now interpreting on a separate Spanish channel. And we also had team guides, so Daniela Castillo and Neil Vidal, who are also Spanish-speaking guides. Next slide. They are part of a team of guides and who helped all of our entrepreneurs this weekend. And thank you guys so much. Most of them are talented undergrads at CSUMB at the College of Business. Amber Clark, Daniela Castillo, Ken Olson, Marta Gubanova, Nina Cornelius, Neil Vidal, and Viviana Revelis, and our own Dan Ripke, who is an expert actually in entrepreneurship. He's a staff member at the IIED. Next slide, please. Our design committee, Eileen mentioned, we had a lot of help putting this event together from all across our region and all across the university. We have two people from the SBDC who you'll hear from later on today, Brandon Napoli and Cindy Mirzon. Carmen Herrera at El Pajaro CDC helped us with the Spanish language aspect of this, and has also recruited participants here. And within CSUMB at Cal State Monterey, we had Corin Sloan in the undergraduate research office, JP Dundore Arias in biology, Lanier Salmons in music. So we're really multi-functional here. And then in our region, Doug Erickson at Santa Cruz Works, who knows everyone and helps reach out to folks for us. Josh Metz at DART, who's always helped with this event financially and with his time. Eric Painter at MCOE, and Susie Polachek at the Monterey County Community Foundation, and our other academic partners, Rebecca Soto at Gavilan. Next page, next slide, please. We had a ton of mentors who spent so much time with our teams. Can't thank you enough, including faculty members at CSUMB, Angie Naraswari, Dante Di Gregorio, Jenny Lynn, John Avella, Shwadeen Sharma, and also academic partners, Travis Williams at MPC. I think that's right? And Fabian Rodriguez, who is a bilingual mentor, and we had a successful biotech mentor, Alan Northrop, who's a good friend of IIED. Thank you, mentors. Next slide, please. And yeah, we talked about these mentors. Brad Barbeau and Judd Franklin were also our mentors throughout the weekend. Next slide. We also had our research librarian from the College of Business, Stephen Fadel. Also a local entrepreneur, Elizabeth Gomeri. Next slide, please. As well as Lindsay Perlman, who joined us, Bob Kramer, who's also a great friend of this event. Next slide, please. And we had lots of local support from our sponsors. They helped us out financially, which is so helpful, and have always done so. Bank of America, the U.S. Economic Development Administration, our academic partners at the Monterey Peninsula College, our media partners, MC Weekly and local radio station KAZU. Wells Fargo has been supportive as well as the SBDC, who you'll again hear from more in a little bit. And naturally, the IIED, the Institute for Innovation and Economic Development in the College of Business. Next slide. And our partners, so as Eileen said, we had a lot of help here as well. So El Pájaro, you saw Carmen earlier, our makerspace, our local community foundation, you saw Susie earlier at the Center for Nonprofit Excellence, DART, Gavilan College, Santa Cruz Works, 2 SBDCs, our Fab Lab, which is also a makerspace, and then multiple departments within Cal State Monterey Bay, the College of Business, College of Arts, Humanities and Sciences, Social Sciences, and the College of Science. Next slide, please. And of course, our global sponsors who have helped fund Techstars, Google for Startups, and GoDaddy, and they've also provided really valuable resources to our entrepreneur participants this weekend. Next slide. And now I want to turn it over to Brad Barbeau to introduce our judges.
Thank you very much, Jenny. Here are our 4 judges for the day. I want to thank them a lot for taking the time to come over here and listen to your great presentations this afternoon. Our judges for today are Eric Johnson. Eric is best known as the founder of Eric's Deli Cafe. If you haven't been there, you need to try it. There are something like 27 of these spread throughout the Bay Area and up into the South Bay Area. We also have Julie Olivaria. Julie is the head of the produce division at Cisco Food Services. You all know Cisco. If you've eaten at a restaurant, you've eaten stuff that has come from Cisco. So that's a huge job she has there. Next is Kelly Crampton. Kelly is the ex-CEO of Xcelligence, which is a company that grew up in the Monterey Bay area. Kelly actually started there right after high school, started as on the ground floor of that company and worked his way up to being CEO for 7 years. He is now a consultant to many companies. And finally, last but certainly not least, the chair of the College of Business at CSUMB, Dr. Mary Lou Shockley. They will be listening to your presentations and choosing who's going to be the winner.
So you can see you have a lot of people pulling for you and behind you. And it takes a lot, not only to make a startup weekend, but as you've learned, to build a team, to build your company. And Taylor is going to go over the judging criteria.
All right, as we've been hammering home all weekend for these teams, our judging criteria is going to be on validation, execution and design, and your business model. So validation, did you get out and talk to customers? Who are you selling to? And what problem are you actually solving for them? Who's your specific identified target market that you're going to serve? Execution and design, do you have a minimum viable product or a prototype, the most basic version of what you're trying to do that you can get out there? And design matters. Is your product easy to use? Is it intuitive? What does it look like? And business model, how do you plan on making this successful? How do you make money? And what makes you better than the competition and everything else out there? So how this is going to work is we're going to have each group come up. They have 5 minutes to pitch and then 3 minutes for the judges to ask questions. After those 3 minutes, we're going to have a 1 minute intermission time to get the next group set up, and then we'll start that process all over again until we run through all of the teams. Then the judges will slip into a breakout room while we have an awesome speech from Brad to tell you where to go next with your teams. And then they'll come back and announce the winning teams. All right, this is our pitch order for the for this morning. We've got Seeds for STEM up first, followed by FeedFo, Every Farm, Glow Pros, Egri, Lilliput, Zen Space, Circle, and Micro Movers. So I know it's hard because we're in a virtual space, but know that we are all cheering you on. We are all stomping our feet. We are all clapping our hands. It is hard to get up here in front of people and pitch your ideas. You guys have got this. All right, so up first, let's get set up with Seeds for STEM. So if you guys could share your screen right now, let's go. Woo!
And just one clarifying question. This is Eileen. We know what time are we? Lynette's going to give them a warning. Lynette
Yes,
knows
Lynette will be on the timer.
Sure. Okay.
Because we have a hard cutoff at that 5 minutes.
Oh, and Taylor, we didn't talk about. We have a little tradition in Techstars, which is 1, ready, set, pitch, and then you're off.
All right.
You want to put them off on their way? Me and Taylor will say it. It's too much for everyone to open. Ready, set,
pitch.
Pitch. Go.
Hi, I'm Shannon Bliss. I'm the founder for Seeds for STEM. With Seeds for STEM curriculum, 3rd to 8th grade youth who have lessened STEM exposure due to COVID will stay engaged and inspired about STEM. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Our problem. Many children have had a reduction in exposure to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, concepts and activities, as well as isolation from their peers while learning at a distance due to COVID-19. With less exposure, STEM may fall off their radar as a quality career. Quotes we got from our kids in our validation interviews include, science class is only worksheets now, and our current activity is made up, so I'm not really paying attention. Next slide, please. Our solution, seedsforstem.org will provide resources to parents and educators, supporting them to easily build STEM clubs for 3rd to 8th graders. Research shows that 36 hours a year of out-of-school STEM activities allow kids to stay comfortable with math and STEM materials. Next slide, please.
So Seeds for STEM will provide 6 to 8 hour modules and activities across a range of STEM topics. Content will be accessible on a website where it can be purchased, stored, and downloaded. Modules are focused on peer interaction, so these activities are perfect for clubs and groups, both virtually and once safe in person. The modules will be facilitated by service learning students and other volunteers. There will be videos introducing the lessons, and the facilitators will be leading the lessons live with the groups and clubs. Next slide, please.
So who will buy our service? Organizations with existing clubs and groups, parent-formed clubs, after-school programming, and how they will benefit. Children want fun, hands-on STEM content and more peer interactions, and parents recognize the value of STEM for children. We spoke with 4 parents that are Boy Scouts and Girl Scout troop leaders, 6 students, and a professionals tutor with a connection to an educational consultant firm that provides grants to homeschool children and charter schools for activities. So we've already got some funding on the way. Why are we better? We have a club structure that is guaranteed more toward biology, agriculture, geography, geology, and math. Our competitors are looking more toward making, engineering, and coding. KiwiCo has a monthly subscription. We have a module system which is flexible. Osmo is more individual and not group, and other retails just sell a one-time purchase stem, and we have a number of different modules. How our customers will hear about us is advertising through the Central Coast Council of Girl Scouts, networking with contacts involved in education, tutoring centers, schools, educational consultants. What we'll charge for Seeds for STEM is $10 for each module with discounts for bundles. And how we'll get our product to our customers is access to online modules, supplies, shipping out to order, and the service learners that will facilitate the STEM content.
1 minute remaining.
As far
You're on
as
mute.
As far as our financial plan goes, some sources of funding that we have are grants that are focused on providing funding to nonprofit and homeschool programs, and we have one grant that we are currently working on, as well as product purchases that include subscription fees, bulk purchases for large groups such as the previously mentioned Girl Scout groups or Boy Scout groups. And our uses of funding are planned to go towards advertising, website and social media, educational supplies and shipping, live mentors and service learners, volunteer facilitators, as well as technical support. Next slide, please. And thank you for listening to our presentation on Seeds for STEM. We are now opening the floor to any questions.
Judges may ask questions. Unmute yourself and ask away.
Hi, great presentation. Listen, my background is right up this alley at Excelligence Learning here in Monterey. So very interesting and very thoughtful. So, and I love that it's COVID related. Modules versus subscriptions. So your competitors have a subscription service. Can you for me, can you define module a little bit more about how you charge?
Sure. So with our goal that the students would have access to 36 hours of content in a year, and especially when we spoke with kids, they definitely are very varied in their interests. So the idea will be that the content we have available is going to be in modules, 6 to 8 hours. And so a club can pick which modules they want to interact with and sort of tailor the experience to their interest of their club. So the modules are these 6 to 8 hour pieces of curriculum.
Recorded, and then you'd mentioned there's some live interaction as well. So
yeah, we're looking to have service learners provide the facilitation of the club. But I think right now parents are really overwhelmed. And so one of the reasons for that is to take that expertise away from the parent and put it into some folks that we can train.
Great, thank you. I'd just ask, my recommendation would be to focus on the marketing and how you get to customers, but I'll stop there for others. Thank you.
Mary Lou Shockley with a question. How do you make it fun for students?
One of the things we definitely found with our validation interviews is that kids aren't getting any hands-on work with their STEM content that they're getting in their classes right now. So making it real world, making it relevant to them, hands-on, and then we're also hoping that the interaction with their peers will all make things a little bit more engaging than they may be finding in their classes right now.
Okay.
And you were telling me earlier that a lot of the kids aren't seeing the other kids on the screen. They're just seeing the names or the pictures. So, yeah.
Are you also, what about, how about competition and badges within the modules? Are you considering that?
I think often the competitions are a little bit in some of the other spaces that we're not looking at right now. They tend to be making, engineering, coding kind of competitions, where we're looking at least from the beginning to start in more of the biology, agriculture, geology kinds of spaces. Certainly, if a club, I think one of the things we'll be looking towards is for the clubs to take on what they want to do And so if the clubs want to go after competitions, there's certainly, we would look to provide resources, but that's not currently the focus we're taking.
I'm mostly considering the fun aspect. So I'm thinking of competition between, to help each other, motivate each other each of the students to take that on. That's more what I meant rather than external ones. So
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your Q&A time has ended.
All right. Judges, mark your criteria as we set up for the next team. Taylor, who is?
All right, FeedFo. Let's get those slides up there.
And I'm just going to look to the judges for a nod while we're spending this time. We hope it takes only a minute, but this is their first form, so we want to give them, a little bit. So just give me a verbal response when you have it. And, let's, while the judges are doing that, let's all unmute for a minute and show the love for STEM, Seeds for STEM. Show the love.
Good job.
Woo! Great job.
Awesome, awesome.
My Alexa was talking to me. All right, FeedFo is up and ready, and we're just waiting for a verbal from the judges. Not to feel pressure, just take your time.
But slight pressure.
Slight pressure. But what a way to start us off. Thank you, Shannon and team. I'm Samantha. I forgot the other two people, but really, your teamwork is really evident.
You guys did awesome.
And of course, I'm a data person, as you saw. I was giving all the numbers of the weekend, and I'm like, 35 hours, that's like 1 week over a year, right? That's amazing if you break it down like that. That seems like a really good chunk of time where people won't get too much, but too little, but stay engaged. So, another nice way to look at it. All right, we're waiting just to get a verbal clue from our judges.
I'm all set.
Great. Julie?
Go. Yep.
Great. Kelly?
Yes, ready to go.
Eric?
I'm good to go. And Eileen, would you maybe get a little more? I had some input on that last one. I couldn't get in there.
All right.
Not a biggie, but if you could.
We'll let Eric start the next round of questioning.
Well, that's
okay?
not fair. Now I got to be on my toes. Every time I open my mouth, like.
Okay.
All
right. Are we ready?
Write down your feedback, and we'll get it to the teams as well after.
Yes. All right. Are we ready? And we heard from our last judge?
Yes.
Yes. All right. We're going to do, everybody, ready, Taylor? Ready, set, pitch. Pitch.
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Emeka Onadugo, and I'm here with my colleague, Andre Ferguson. And today we want to talk to you about our idea, FeedFo. Now, consider these 4 scenarios. You have a group of people at a very popular tech event, CES conference in Vegas. You have a bunch of fans at a stadium watching their favorite sports team. You have college students interacting every day at college. And you have foot traffic walking by vendors on a bright, sunny day. Now, in these 4 scenarios, we believe there's an opportunity. And that opportunity is an opportunity for digital interactions on location. Now, let me make sure you understand this, because it might be a little counterintuitive. What we're saying is, in these 4 scenarios, and many scenarios like this, where you have a lot of people in close proximity to each other who have the ability to interact with each other in person, we believe there's an opportunity for them to interact digitally. So, for example, the people at this tech event, CES, they would love to be able to send messages to event attendees and event organizers and receive messages from these people as well. Fans at a stadium, they would love the ability to be able to talk to other fans at the same stadium about a play that's happening in the stadium at the moment they're all there, and interact with people that are 4 or 5 rows away, and also interact with vendors in that stadium. And vendors would love the opportunity to call out to street traffic as they're walking past them on the road and bring them into the store to take advantage of those services. And we believe we found a way to tackle this problem? And our answer is Feedfo. Now, what is Feedfo? Feedfo is a platform that allows you to access a chat feed in your immediate 0.25 meter, in your immediate quarter-mile radius. Now, we call it your personal chat feed because everybody's chat feed would be different. It really depends on where you're standing, and you'll have a different feed. Now, it's a simple concept, really. It's the important part is the chat range. You know, the tight range is what really ensures that any messages that you see in your feed will be from objects and people that are right around you.
And there is no limit to the use cases for Feedfo technology. But after conducting research and speaking with a number of potential customers, both college students and business owners, we came to the conclusion that our immediate target customers should be college students. College students are known for being the best adopters and trendsetters for new technology. And colleges consist of many new students who are new to that college town or city and are eager to know what's going on around them, whether that's the teams, the school's teams, sporting events, or social gatherings at the school. And there's also many local businesses in those college towns who would love to interact with these students who serve as potential customers.
Now, we did a quick analysis of some of the competitors in this space, and there's really no platform out there right now that offers a real-time chat feed in a really tight range. There are other geolocation-based apps like Jodel and Whisper, and these are really geolocation message boards because it's not everybody sees the same feed, and it's a really wide range. We also see some potential competition from event-specific apps like Attendify. These apps allow people to get to an event and interact with other people at an event and organizers at that event. But Feedfo has an advantage because you don't need to download an app to do this. You don't need to register for the event. You don't need to add friends, contact lists, followers. All you need to do is get in close proximity of the event, and you'll be able to interact with people that are at the event and also receive messages from people that are at the event.
1 minute remaining.
Now, the features that are there, they're pretty standard, but I want to really talk to you about the vendor platform. People will be able to create ads. Vendors, let's say you want to create an ad that say, I want people that I'm selling jeans and I want to get people that are between the ages of 18 to 30 that would like to buy jeans and between the hours of 2 to 4 p.m. It will receive the ad if they're walking by the store at that time, and they'll be able to come in and take advantage of that service. Now, how do we generate revenue? Well, as we mentioned before, we're going to focus on college students. It's a really large market, 20 million college students in America. It's free to sign up. Vendors pay to target specific demographics. Users can pay to promote their messages. And even events can pay to customize their chat feeds. And finally, there has to be an important execution plan. There's a chicken and egg problem right here. If 1 million people download this app and they're not in the same location, then they're really going to be a community of one. So we're really going to focus on one city, one college. We'll test out the app there, then expand it to other colleges, other cities, other countries, and around the world.
Thank you, Feedfo. Your time is up.
Thank you, judges. Eric, you want to kick us off with a question?
Okay. So I understand it's mainly geared towards college campuses, and how do you propose to sign up these students? And aren't you kind of competing with, texting nowadays? And I think you answered my cost thing as far as your revenue. But anyway, so you're going to be geared towards college campus. How are you going to get people to sign up?
Well, the idea is we want to focus on specific groups in college. We're going to try and get certain groups in colleges to sign up, maybe fraternities or maybe like sports clubs or different kinds of clubs. So when people are visiting events at a fraternity or events or sporting events, they will be kind of enticed to sign up for this app so they can interact with each other while they're at the event. So the idea is not to get the people to sign up, but to get the groups, the clubs to sign up, and then they will actually sign up the rest of the members of the community.
I see. Okay.
I have a question. Is the app customizable? Would someone be able to potentially block advertisements and just utilize it for the social aspect, or is it, or they just have to accept anything that comes into that?
Well, I mean, there is no MVP created yet, but I would. It's not. It's not. I wouldn't want. We wouldn't want to make it customizable. Really, it really depends on where you're located. If you are located somewhere where there's probably a lot of businesses or the people that are sending out certain ads for certain things, you might, get an interaction that involves ads. But if you just walk away from that to a different place, you'll probably be getting different interactions. So I don't think we want to take that away, because it just depends on the location where you're at. It's location based. If you're standing in Times Square, chances are you'll get a lot more ads than maybe if you're standing in Amherst, Massachusetts. So it really just depends on where you're standing, and we don't want to take away that opportunity from people, I think. But there are a lot of privacy settings that will be available.
1 minute left.
Thank you.
Judges, any other questions? All right, judges, write your forms and let's open up that chat and show the love. Let's show the love. Come on, let's hear it. Woo!
Don't be
Right.
afraid.
Good job.
Go
Woo!
for it.
And-
Woo!
Yay.
Also, every farm, you guys are up next, so start sharing your screen. If FeedFo, you can stop sharing your screen.
Thank you, FeedFo. All right. Judges, just give us a little shout out when you're ready.
Eileen, you might rotate around the judges too.
I come from a dog eat dog atmosphere. You got to jump in. No, I'm joking, Eric. So,
Just a suggestion.
yeah, it's so hard on Zoom. I'm joking.
Okay. I'm ready to go. Are you really you're back east?
I am back east with the snow. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready? Eric, Kelly, Mary Lou, Julie.
Yep, I'm ready.
Yes,
Eric.
ready.
Kelly's ready.
All right. And in the Techstars tradition, ready, set, pitch every farm. Woohoo!
Awesome. Thank you guys. My name is Bridget Cotton, and I've had the opportunity to work with Kelsey Thomas and our idea man, Kyle, this weekend. And we are everyfarm.com. I want to start out by talking about our initial inspirations, or Kyle's initial inspirations. He was cruising through Etsy, probably looking to buy one of Kelsey's handmade crocheted beanies or hats. And as he was cruising through, he noticed that he was seeing a lot more listings for small business growers and fresh produce. And he thought it was the strangest thing that he's seeing 5-pound sacks of potatoes right next to t-shirts and candles and jewelry, and was wondering, why would anybody ever do that? It's not exactly the best place to sell fresh produce. How did that happen? How did that work? And it came from this. It came from a delicious plate of food. And number one, consumers wanting to know more about the products on their plate, more about where their produce is coming from, who's actually growing it, and also trying to find some of those amazing ingredients so they can make things themselves. And a big push from this also came from, unfortunately, COVID-19. With restaurants being shut down, you saw so much acceleration in e-commerce for small farmers trying to push that extra product that they had, and consumers trying to find more ingredients because they were cooking at home. And so simple solution is everyfarm.com. Finding a dedicated platform for these small farms, for these small businesses with these incredible products, where they can specifically meet and connect with their target market. So they're not getting consumers that are looking for t-shirts and hats. They're getting specifically their consumers that are looking for them and looking for their products. And the great thing about this type of product, this type of platform, is that it's a proven product. E-commerce is booming right now, and being able to provide an optimized platform, I think would be able to target a great niche in the industry for them. We already have built-in customers on top of that. We have clients both on the consumer side and the small business side that are used to these kinds of platforms. They're used to the flat rates for the initial listings. Customers are accustomed to paying for a percentage of shipping and their purchases. So it makes it that much easier to gain our target market and make the business profitable. Our competition was an interesting find. When talking to consumers, the first thing that came to the consumer's mind was the subscription produce boxes that were trending, where you pay a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly subscription and you get a box full of produce. But in that same conversation, the consumers were just as quick to talk about how dissatisfied they were, that they weren't getting produce tailored to their needs or catered to their needs. And they had to end up finding some interesting ways to use those products that they had never used before. So
1 minute remaining.
So with everyfarm.com, again, it's finding those, it's creating an easy platform that everybody's familiar with, that's easy to transfer clients and attract customers from one platform to a more specified platform that's easier to use and navigate and easier to find what you're looking for. So thank you so much for listening to the pitch, and we're open for any of your questions.
Who's jumping in, Julie?
I mean, I have a lot of passion for this topic for certain. Running the produce division, and we are responsible for over $5 billion in produce annually. So obviously it's a cool concept. I like it a lot. There's a lot of challenges with a concept like this. Mainly food safety, right? Once it leaves your control, how do we make sure that it's managed at the proper temperature and arrives to that customer with the greatest amount of freshness and shelf life, and that the handling's proper. So is there any thoughts on how you would manage that? Is this direct from the farm to the consumer?
Yes, this would be directly from the farm to the consumer. So the service that we're providing is more of the e-commerce platform for those small farms that don't necessarily have the technical skills to manage their own websites and don't have the I guess the skills to really figure out how to target that niche market. We did do some research on small businesses, looked up small businesses in our area who have their own websites. But number one, it's usually limited to local areas. So they're running into the same problem of they have all of this product, but they can't expand their customer base. It's still being limited to farmers markets and roadside stands. So they're still not able to take all that extra product not being used by restaurants like it was before, and not being able to really broadcast what they can do and what they have available.
1 minute remaining.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a real problem with a challenging solution. It's similar to Julie, freshness, delivery. How does it get there? Is it UPS? Does it require dry ice? Those are sort of where I'm headed, and how you make money. I was a little confused with the customer pays a percentage and then a shipping fee. We don't have to get into those details, but how do you make money? You take a percentage of the sale? Is that?
Yes, so we haven't gotten all the details ironed out necessarily, but looking at the Etsy model, which is really what our platform had the original inspiration from. So with the Etsy model, the farmer, the small farmer, pays a certain amount for every listing.
Thank you. Your time has ended.
I'd love to jump in if he has a minute. He's probably got something good here.
Okay.
All right. That time is up. It goes quick. So let's hear the love for every farm. Every farm.
Good job. Good job, Bridget. Good job, you guys.
That is making me hungry. And who's setting up, Taylor?
Up next, setting up, we have Glow Pros.
Glow Pros setting up, judges doing their judging, and everyone hungry with those images.
Oh, for sure. I'm ready for lunch.
I know. Even the raw chicken was looking good.
Hi, everyone.
Not to belabor the idea, but yeah, I live in a very rural community, and I should have made you talk to him. We have one guy, every week, the farm, at New Marlboro, where he sends his email. He would, be great for him to be able to outsource this.
All right, Glow Pros and judges, are you ready?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Alexandra. So we got Eric, Kelly, Mary Lou, Julie, ready, and ready?
Ready, yeah.
All right.
All right.
One, ready, set, pitch. Glow Pros. Woohoo!
Welcome to Glow Pros, global professional platform, a team-oriented end-to-end solution to solve global problems. Well, have you heard of NEOM? It's a 500 billion city that's being built as we speak in Saudi Arabia. And they also call it the city of robots. As you can imagine, this kind of project of the scale needs an interdisciplinary team with deep expertise, connections to academia, specific credentials and background. You need statisticians, you need PhD economists, you need engineers, and so on and so forth. So what the government of Saudi did, the government of Saudi hired several staffing firms, and these firms are struggling to fulfill the requirements of this project. It takes 4 to 6 months to find just one candidate on average. The acquisition cost reaches $30,000 per person, and there is a high turnover. So, but this is just one example. Think about advising the government of Greece on developing their digital development strategy or building a road infrastructure across Africa. And these are just some examples, real examples that I have personally come across working for an international organizations. So today's companies and governments and international organizations require, and the kind of the problems, the nature of the problems that they face requires flexible workforce, and it requires end-to-end solutions. And on the other hand, we have recent PhD graduates who are looking to publish advise, and tackle the most challenging real problems of our society. So what is our solution? GloPros provides a team-oriented solution for companies seeking to outsource project-based work and align academia and private business. Sean, over to you.
Sure, thank you. Next slide, please. Yeah, so the demand for this type of talent is increasing at 39% because at 4.4 gigabytes of data usage per minute, data has become the new oil. And with the sheer amount of this data, more and more complex problems keep occurring. And with the rise of AI and machine learning, you're going to need a pool of talent that can work with this type of work in this type of environment, and that's what we aim to provide. Next slide, please. The data science global platform market is a $165.5 billion market. And where we offer our value proposition is by providing full teams of individuals skilled in these high-level skill sets, such as a statistician or a PhD-level economist and so forth. And we give them out, or we contract them out for a time period, an end-to-end use for a project. For example, say a 3-year project. They can go and they can work for the companies such as, say, Netflix. They have a data set that they want to have interpreted, or Experian, for example, big companies like that, governments, as Alexandra had as referenced, and that's what we are aiming to do. Next slide, please.
Well, looking at the competition, instead of recruiting agencies or very expensive consultants, we're looking at affordable way to help and enable those businesses have the needed talents in the data science area and bridge academia, private businesses, place the top PhD talents or professionals and help them to do this end-to-end position. And that helps us in this pretty high, affordable, and value-adding quadrant. And looking at our business model, we're looking at charge a 25% on the projects based on the size of project, which is very reasonable compared to about 30% recruitment fee for individual recruiter. And
1 minute remaining.
Our project size, and each size, if we talk about 5 people, and we will be able just need 6 projects to break even for the first year. And this is a great service which will be able to provide values to the companies and nonprofit organizations. And here's our team. Alexandra.
Hi, I'm a founder of the company, and my background is, as you could have, as you can imagine, is an international development. I've been working for international organizations, and I've been working with government and the private sector worldwide for the last 13 years. And I frequently encounter this problem of working with academia. I'm a Fulbright alumni. I'm connected with the academic community. I also feel for some of the problems the PhD students are facing, and I'm really hoping to attack this problem and make everyone happier.
Thank you. Your time is up.
Okay, questions. Unmute yourself. We want to start with Mary Lou. You want to jump in?
Yeah, I guess I'm a little confused. How in heaven's name are you going to assemble a talent pool since projects are so diversified? Can you help me understand that better?
Yes, thank you so much for the question. And we will work closely with the universities through our connections, through my personal connections, through the Fulbright Association, through the connections of our advisors. Yeah, so we will work closely with the academic community to source talent.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a question I had too, but it seems to me there's a lot of competition out there. How are you different from, I would imagine many people are doing this now, providing talent like you're providing talent. How are you unique or different?
Thank you so much for this question. Actually, oh, sorry, go ahead, Helen.
And we're looking at source the qualified professionals and really manage a team. Depends on the demand and the requirements for the project. And then we will team up and really solve the company's problems about high turnover and fulfill the talents as we go. Once we have a database of those qualified talents, it'll be easier. Alex, would
Can
you
you
like to
go
add?
real quick? Yeah, thank you. Can we go real quick to our competition slide? Because actually we looked at the competition very closely and we have not found, and we looked globally, right? We have not found a company or an organization that does what we are trying to do. Some of them came close. For example, there is a company called PhD Talent, but it's not an end-to-end solution. It's a slightly different model, and to be honest, yeah, something maybe we will need to.
All right, and it's also
closer,
based on.
But it's.
Oh,
1
sorry.
minute remaining.
Yeah, and it's also based on
No, go ahead,
individual
Sean, go ahead.
talent. Sure, it's also based on individual talent, where our value proposition lies in complete teams that are assigned to specific projects to provide an end-to-end solution.
Yes, we also need to build a community of these professionals, which one of the complaints we would hear about in the projects of that size is you send us individuals, right? But these individuals don't know each other, never worked together before. There's no community behind. It's just, it's hard, and which is something that contributes to the high turnover. And the PhD Talent, the company actually, it's only friends. It's a small company, but I think had something of a similar idea. But what we are going is we are doing much more than what's currently on the market. And yeah, well, you see the rest of the competition. We are positioning ourselves in adding higher value and at the same time being
Thank you. Your
more
time has
affordable than
ended.
the existing solutions.
All right, Glow
Thank you so much.
Pros, well done.
those
Woo-hoo, let's hear the love. And I think they were in room 3, which had a lot of technical, we love the platform, but they were fighting up the technical issues. So, a little shout out for all the work that you did with Justin and getting that together. But that was great. Who's up next, Taylor?
Egri is up next.
Egri is in the house.
Yes, they
Yes.
are in the house, so please share
Yeah,
your
in the house.
screen.
All right.
And I see our judges are getting their flow, Eric. So it looks like everybody's getting to ask. So I knew you guys would pull it together.
I like the dog analogy.
Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm ready.
Judges, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Ready, set, pitch.
Woo!
All right. I'm Joseph from I agree that we will present about what the solution from our idea. And then this is 10 agendas for this pitch. Our vision is to improving farmers' life in Indonesia through continuous education and a sustainable ecosystem. Why we came with this vision? Because there are few obstacles and challenges that happen in the market for farmers. They have no direct channel to sell their harvest, so they have to sell it through the middleman, who pay them with cheap price. So they get no fair price, and then even they can sell the harvest directly to the market, they have low quality of the harvest and then cannot match the demand of the market. From the buyer side, the buyer want a good quality of the product, but with affordable price. And sometimes the harvest is not always available at the market. Solution is Agree, which is a web platform that helps farmers to sell the harvest with fair price, educate themselves to improve their goods quality, and cultivate the right plant at the right time. Why now? because of the challenges and obstacles the farmer experiencing, farmer became unpopular jobs for young people in Indonesia, so that the number of the farmer declining, and in 10 years will reach the critical level. Our market size for the agri, based on statistic, the GDP, the agriculture is 4% of GDP of Indonesia, and we are aiming for about 300 million USD from that market size. This is the mock-up from our products. The left side is for the buyer perspective. They can search the item and order it. And from the right side is for the farmer view. This is the farming almanac to help them and guide them to decide what plant to cultivate at the right time. This is the team members, me as the leader, and there are 3 more people, Lucky, Christopher, and Philip. This is our model. We give the farmer fair price, and we take charge 50% of from each transaction that done from our platform. And the value is we have the farmers to improve the quality of their products. Our competition in Indonesia, there are maybe a number of 4 competitors that goes online: Shellbox, Happy Press, Tiny Hub, and 5 Kilos. Our financial model, we are expecting for financing about 100K USD to finance 2 months transaction to reach 100K orders on agri, and with revenue about 200K USD. That's all. Thank you for listening our presentation.
Woohoo! Judges, jump in.
This is Julie. So what would be the plan to get the product to the consumers?
We are delivering it through logistic, and the consumer can make an order from our platform. Yeah, they can search the item from our platform and then order it.
And then the farmer would ship it directly to the consumer?
The farmer will drop their harvest to our quality control or our warehouse, and then we the one who deliver to the farmer, the buyers.
So you guys would also have a warehouse in Indonesia that you would forward the product from?
Yes, true.
Okay.
Is it scalable beyond Indonesia? Is this applicable everywhere?
Yes, it's actually applicable everywhere, and the solution for this agriculture to sell the harvest to the market is really demanding now, because the region of Indonesia are very big, and many farmer side are in the different island from the buyer side. So we need a technology to connect the demand and the supply. And the number of demand is increasing every year, so it will be scalable in the future.
Have you been in the field talking to these farmers that are potential customers?
For the farmers, we did interview 3 farmers that said that they need a system that help them to sell their harvest to the market, and then they want to get educated too.
1 minute remaining.
But sometimes they cannot get the resource for the education. So this is the solution that we came up. And then for the buyer, we interview few buyer from the big city that they wanted a good quality of harvest, but with affordable price. So we want to solve this need with the solution.
All right. Judges are filling out their forms. EGRI has completed. And that was our 5th presentation out of 9. So we're halfway done. Wow, that is unbelievable. So who's up next?
You guys have been killing it. Next, we have Lilliput.
Lilliput.
You guys
Judges
can
are
get your
writing away.
slides up on the screen.
All right, everybody settle in for 4 more pitches. Get your water. Run to the bathroom quick if you need to. Get ready. Judges, let's hear a verbal "I am complete." I see a shaking by Kelly, Eric.
I'm complete.
All right, Mary Lou and Julie, good to go?
Good to go, yes.
All right, and it is now our next team. Ready, set, pitch.
Hello, my name is Roger Hackett, and I'm pitching for Team Lilliput. We came up with a product idea during this weekend called Plushie Cat. Meow. So what is Plushie Cat? We see a huge problem here in the United States. There's a literacy breakdown, and COVID is not making it any better. 60% of prisoners cannot read, 40% have dyslexia. So how can we get to a solution for this problem? We came up with the concept of a smart plushie, and we call it Plushie Cat. So how do we look through this problem during this weekend? We went and we looked at ways that we could prototype. We looked at specifically a class called MIT 200B Toy Product Designs. I reached out to one of the designers there and looked through his design. And we came up with an idea of integrating some of the best concepts from that class in Plushie Cat. Now, Plushie Cat allows you to share over 1,000 stories in your plush animal, and you can read along with the stories, and you can play act as well by putting electronic circuit inside. So what is the situation? As I say, it's critical. COVID has really devastated our educational process right now for especially younger children who really do get a lot of value out of engagement. Their screen addiction, literate rates are falling. Teachers are saying that they're having a hard time getting efficacy. So that's the current problem. What's the marketing looking like? This is what the global market looks like by language. We can cover English. We're going to cover Mandarin out the gate, Spanish. All these other languages are packs that we can add as we get past launch. What is an early market example? Sean came over to our team and helped us a bit to think about how we might address some of the early market opportunities with the military. The Defense Language Institute is there in Monterey, California. Families will go all over the world with to deploy, and sending them along using a relationship with Toys for Tots could allow us to get those toys to those kids that go along with their parents to their deployments. We also connect it with a content platform. So if you want to listen to a musical, if you want to read a book, if you want to sing along and play along with a kit, that's something that we can do through Amazon. That's something we can do through the Apple Store, as well as the Apple App Store and Google Play. And that's something that we can do by doing direct ship like Tinker Crate. What does our competition look like? Well, there's competition in this space. Mostly it's partial competition. There's competition that looks like VIP Kid, where you have a teacher read to you online. There's apps like Lingo Kid that's on your iPad. There's physical kits that connect to your iPad. There's a $1,500 robot called Moxie that you can speak to, and it kind of guides you through activities. And then there's Wonder Dash. Most of these are for older children. So we're focusing on this really young age. We want to get it started when the kids are at the very earliest point where they can soak up the information like sponges. What do the financials look like? The financials for this kind of blended margin financials are something like 80%. Why is that the case? Because software has no cost of goods sold, and toys are really high margin items. Even after you add the electronics, which when you do it, mass production rates can give you really low cost prices. What's the total available market? $100 billion market. Are people funding these kind of startups? Well, Lingo Kids picked up 10 million just recently. So yes, they are. A little bit about myself. My name is Roger Hackett. I was a technical team lead over at Apple on its iPod. I published a bilingual book series, went on tour with Barnes & Noble, and also offered that on Amazon as well as Barnes & Noble.
1 minute remaining.
Great. I have an extensive global network from Harvard, IDEO, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Gates Foundation, Samsung. That's allowed me to go out and actually test some of these concepts of the individual parts of the platform, worked on a prototype on AWS to see that we could actually get a compelling experience that taught useful information. And that was a very low cost way to do it. We were able to build an app that we brought out to schools in Hawaii to see if they could learn a Chinese language app. And we've also done, like I said, some market research and looking at other toys and implementing some of their concepts and testing them out with kids. So the way we'll continue to do this during COVID is to bring the concepts out and have them test remotely by either shipping it to them or have them play test on our platform. And now I think I'm ready for questions.
Woohoo! Questions.
So Roger, hi. So the customer, who's going to buy it? Is it a parent is going to buy it for?
Yeah. So our idea is to push out through social media. This is what our market research has said. Go out through social media, put out ads to the preschools, put out ads to the parents, the PTAs. Try to get it out to those channels, also through Apple Store. So we've had the talks with Apple about how to join their program and to be an accessory to their products in those stores. And the same thing would go for the other stores. We could put our products in those other stores like Target, Walmart, places like that. Once you buy the product, you get signed up for the platform.
Roger, you said, I was trying to make the transition from, I think your first slide was talking about the inmates and the literacy rate in prisons. Then all of a sudden we jumped to the children. What was the age group of the children you're shooting for? And these are
0 to 3. So great. I thank you for bringing that up. I was hoping that would come up in the questions because I didn't know how much time I'd be able to address things in the actual presentation. But yeah, early intervention is a really important part of dyslexia. And so one of the nonprofits that we've reached out to and discussed it, they said if we could put an assessment into our toys, there are things like how the child interacts with the toy from the reading perspective. There's ways that the child speaks, making certain types of speech errors. So we have a speech recognition that can go in through something that's like an Arduino inside of the toy that can start to detect when a child is having a pattern that could be dyslexia. And so we can alert that to the parent to sign up for an assessment. And then if they can do early interventions, there's a much higher chance of getting an educational style that fits to the child. But we're also looking at beyond that ways to address learning styles. So I had a good talk with Sean again on that as well, but also with other experts. So there's a bunch of different learning styles, and we can address those for ADHD, and we can address those for the autism spectrum through the assessment.
1 minute remaining.
Yep. So is it customized, or you're talking about?
Very much so.
So customized I'm a parent, I go online, I say I want this, and that, and you're going to provide me with a custom.
That's right.
Technology.
We're going to using software to customize the experience. So you get to choose your language. You get to choose you get to choose to go through a learning style assessment so that you can tell what is going to be the best for your kids, and then you can always update that along the way as the kid plays with the toy, in case your thoughts and expectations are not quite the same as how the child progresses.
Who develops the toy?
Who develops the toy? We're currently assuming that we're going to have to develop the toy ourselves. I've been talking to IDEO about how to go about doing that.
Your time is up.
But we're open to partners.
All right.
Thank you.
Team
Unmute. Show your appreciation.
Lilliput. Woohoo! Whoa. All right. Awesome. Who is judges are working away, and who's up next?
Zen Space. Let's get your pitch deck up there. Lilliput, if you could stop sharing screen, please.
Oh, thanks.
Must say, oh, I don't want to jinx it. I was going to say how the platform's working, but I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Oh no, too late.
And how easy. You must have had a great tech check because it's going really smooth. Wow, Sean. Sean has an impressive background. Look in the chat. And I will tell you, I am dyslexic, so I wish someone had given me that. That would have really helped. Maybe I speak another language than English then. So I appreciate that very much. Little share about me. That's why I talk instead of write. Much easier. All right, Zen Space, it's coming over me. Judges, let us know when you're ready.
Just a quick mic check and sharing check. Is that all working?
Yep. Mahesh, you are great. Feeling calm just by your voice.
I'm ready.
All right. Okay. Everyone's ready. Eric, Kelly, Mary Lou, Julie. All right. We are ready, set, pitch, then space. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Hello, everybody. My name is Mahesh Natarajan, and I welcome you all to Zen Space, your immersive home meditation space. Let's start up top. We started with our vision to make meditation as easy as listening to music. What is the problem Zen Space is looking to address? As a society, we focused on improving our physical health and even started consuming good organic food, but somehow continue to neglect our mental and emotional health. That's only been made worse by the ongoing pandemic. The research shows that over 70% of people are stressed, have anxiety or depression. 70%. Meditation is proven to help. However, 80% of people or 85% of people who try to meditate quit and don't experience any benefits from meditation. As someone who struggled with anxiety and emotional health in my past, it was my 15-year meditation practitioner teacher experience that helped me overcome my ailments. It is my mission to share my experience and what worked for me so I can help others. So how are we going to help you take charge of your life, your health, and be a major player in the wellness market? Hello, Zen Space, an immersive and auditory, vibratory meditation experience like no other. Let me give you a feel for the Zen Space experience. This is a physical 3 foot by 3 foot structure, the footprint of a lazy boy. You sit in it, you sit in an ergonomically designed meditation chair, pull the touchscreen down to provide you a distraction-free environment, select a meditation track or join a live meditation retreat session. The concealed area of speakers engulf you in the sound, and the subwoofers in the seat will make you feel the sounds, enabling you to disconnect from the world and reconnect with yourself. Think of us as the Peloton for meditation. So, how did we arrive at this design and modality? We conducted live one-on-one customer feedback interviews during this weekend. What did we learn? All have heard of meditation and the benefits, and if all have at least tried it once. All prefer to sit and meditate. Most faced barriers to meditation: lack of time, unsure where to start, distracted. I think that's all of us. Love the idea of vibrations, unsure about the idea of community. We didn't shy away from digging into challenges either. Some were unable to visualize the immersive sounds. Seasoned practitioners didn't seem interested. There were space constraints. One interesting thing that we did notice is that nobody complained about the cost. In fact, we even had a few people in here say, I want one, possibly because of the stress and excitement this weekend has brought on all of us, and precisely the reason why everyone should have a Zen space. Let's look at who is going to want to Zen space. Users like you and me in a direct consumer model through our Zen space e-commerce website. Simple one-person assembly, easy flat pack shipping, no power tools needed. There's a future potential for a lease to business model, opening opportunities into the growing $42 billion global corporate business, corporate wellness programs, and giving back to nonprofits is an initiative that I'm very passionate about. On the competitive front, there's pricey pods that retail between $15,000 and $25,000 each. And some of them are 2 to 4 times the size of Zen space. With the popularity of meditation tripling in recent times, it's a perfect time to launch Zen space. Our go-to-market strategy is to target the 30 and over age group, at-home gym owners, active professionals, athletes,
1 minute remaining.
Health and fitness enthusiasts, with the future potential of corporate wellness, spas, malls, hospitality industry, and the opportunity is really endless. We are promoting Zen space organically through online communities on most social media outlets. So how are we going to make money? Same way that Peloton does. We offer a simple flat payment plan, a one-time MSRP of $29.99 and $29 monthly recurring fee for live streaming classes and community connections. We started with an earthy, grounding, miniature, physical clay prototype by a super fan in our team. We took that from what we learned to an animated 3D industrial design model right here at Techstars Weekend, Monterey Bay. Credit where credit is due. These were the people who were there from the first minute that I joined the breakout room and are still there with me and will continue to be part of my team.
Thank you.
Big thank you to the community, and I thank you and look forward to bringing Zen and Zen space to the world.
Thank you, Mahesh, and thanks for the shout out to Techstars judges. Are you in the Zen zone?
Yeah, the price caught my attention. So what is what $3,000 MSRP? What's your cost?
Yeah, that's a good question. It would depend a lot on the industrial design, but we would think that it would probably be around the $1,000 range, at least initially. And when we're able to scale up, we would definitely be able to bring those costs down. I think the margin really would be more on the corporate wellness side, if at all we go there down the road, or when we go there down the road. And of course, the monthly recurring fee is what's going to bring us in a lot of the revenue. And yeah, today, and that's why I brought up the Peloton model, because today the Peloton sells for about $3,000, right? When you can buy a stationary bike for $200, they're selling it for $3,000. So really the play is going to be on a combination of scale, our ability to bring the cost down because of that, and then our monthly recurring revenue as we grow. And the community aspect of it, where people can possibly not have the pod and still get just the community services or the live meditation streaming sessions.
You anticipate, is this like a one person or many people using the same unit?
Yeah, that's a great question, Eric. I believe that for the home version, there's only going to be a one-person pod because of the space constraints. If you think about how big or how much space people might have, so it's only one person. But when you think about corporate wellness, you can start thinking about 8, 10 people pods, maybe even a room system where there'd be a conference room, and you can have the technology integrated into that, the live streaming sessions integrated into that. And then also in trauma centers and other places, there's a lot of clinicians and doctors who actually want to have their meditations be put out. So there's a lot of work that we can do in terms of how we can integrate valuable content, live streaming, where the people or the leaders might not be present themselves there. So initially we want to start with a one person, and then
1
we'll
minute
see
remaining.
how we can expand to
What's the
multiple.
Let me jump in. What is the vibration part of this?
Oh, this is great. That's a great question. So there's a lot of science that shows that vibration actually helps in calming as well as in physical therapy. And what we're able to do is we're able to take these therapeutic frequencies and use that as a part of or put them under the bench essentially. And what you'd feel are the sounds. So traditionally, if you were to just put a headset on and listen to meditation, all you really get are the sounds. With our pod, you'll not only get the sounds that you hear, but you'll also get the vibrations, and they're therapeutic as well as functional, and they also help you to drop into meditation instead of struggling to meditate.
Your time is up. Thank you.
All right, Zen
Thank you.
Space. Amazing, amazing. Show them the love in the chat. Show them the love. And definitely
Good
not
job.
last, but last in our order is.
Wait, no, we have two more.
Oh, two more. I
We have
can't
two
count
more.
apparently.
This
Being
is the
dyslexic, I can't
penultimate
count.
pitch. We've got
The penultimate.
Circle up next.
Circle game is up next. Full circle, and the judges are judging on their criteria.
You guys
how
can
did I
get your
get that
pitch
wrong?
deck up. That would be awesome. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Alrighty, we're ready.
All right, we're waiting for the judges.
I'm ready. Eric's ready.
Julie's ready.
Kelly's ready.
All right. I keep on saying Mary. Okay, great. 1, 2, 3. Oh, ready, set, pitch.
Hi, everyone. Hello from Seattle. What a beautiful sunny day here. How are we doing during this special COVID time? I don't know about you guys, but my general wellness requires an active effort these days. So what are we talking about when we talk about wellness? Well, let's hear it from our potential customer. During this weekend, our team conducted a survey and sent it to several wellness communities online. In addition to talk to families and friends, we got 35 amazing responses. Some may say wellness is a concept of being in good condition in one's health, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And others may put it as simple as peace. So what's the biggest hurdle that holds us back from fully engaging in our wellness journey? Well, the top 3 obstacles are time and effort, cost, and unsure where to start, according to our survey. Well, on a positive side, we see people are showing a significant interest in cultivating wellness in their lives, and they're enthusiastic about using technology to support their wellness journey. That's why I'm so excited here to introduce to you Circle. Circle is an app that lowers the threshold for anyone to start their wellness journey, while making it less isolating, more engaging, without paying a premium to hire a personal service. It's time to check out our 20 seconds MVP demo.
Next, we have our business model. For our key partners, we're going to have a lot of focus on keeping in contact with experts in the mental health field. Our key activities will revolve around scheduling classes and other activities our app offers to our consumers. We will also keep our content fresh on a regular basis. Our key resources are making sure we have a high customer retention rate and to have many skilled and knowledgeable facilitators. What we offer our customers in our value propositions include, but are not limited to, a variety of classes on different aspects of well-being, one-on-one support, low barrier of entry, and community support. We want to have strong customer relationships, and we will have this rating system that will allow us to directly see what our customers like and don't like. It will also be a self-service system so the consumer can engage in our product in any way they like. Our main channel that will be most effective in reaching our customers will be through the app stores that are available on the market, such as Google Play and iOS. Our target audience is mostly around young adults and those who want an affordable price to begin their wellness journey. What is going to be costing us money is software development and employing the talent required to facilitate our classes. Finally, our revenue stream will come from those who wish to upgrade their service through affiliate marketing, which is through referrals, and ad revenue for customers who wish to continue to use the free version of our app. Our customers, as stated previously, are young adults and consumers who want to begin their wellness journey without breaking the bank.
So when we get into the competitors, based on the research, we look into several of them and rank them based on several criteria. So while some of them might provide expert personalized support, such as therapists, they may not be affordable, such as Talkspace. And then there's others that are affordable and low cost, but just lack the personalized supports with the one-on-one connection, such as Uber. So, and overall, we notice the lack of community access, which is what Circle will provide to fill in that need and competitor advantage.
1 minute remaining.
So, and to support our findings of how much cost factors into the consideration, overwhelmingly majority do not want to pay over $50 per month for services.
And that's why our pricing model is going to be a freemium model, which means free with advertisements, but with the option to pay to access upgraded features. And our sales will mostly come from affiliate marketing through referrals. Our next steps as of now, phase 1, is to continue researching our competitors so we can create the best app possible. Phase 2 will be to build a budget, map our user experience, and develop more content. And finally, phase 3, we want to find funding and form affiliate marketing partnerships. Thank you. We are Circle, and we are welcome to answer any questions.
Judges, that was quite a circle. Any of my judges are judges.
Yeah, so the content, so it sounds like is it general content? Is it customized content? Is it,
I can answer this question. So as we all know, nowadays with masterclass like YouTube, there's so many contents are flowing around on the market. Actually, the problem we have is too many content, too many uncertified content by some random people on YouTube. So for Circle, we're thinking about getting some really certified professionals to get into our platform and providing some really quality content.
Thank you.
What's your, it sounds good and we all want to be, healthy and in good shape, but it's the continuity of that, what's your follow-up to make sure people are still enthusiastic and still doing what they start out to do as far as being a great idea?
So one of the services that we have on the application is actually a journal book and a check-in system, where the application will actually check in with your journey depending on how long you've stayed with the app. It pretty much, it asks you, is everything going good? Recommends you different classes, recognize trends that you may have. If you haven't been on in a while, it says, oh, there's an awesome class that you may have attended previously, it's happening again, or just lets you know of new content that's coming. So the app will check in with the user to make sure, the app goes along the journey with the user.
Thank you.
Yeah, it feels like a competitive space more than just the competitive slide you showed, right? I mean, is that a fair assumption that there are a lot of options and it's a crowded space?
Yeah, I totally agree. when we're doing the market research, and I mean, this concept is stemmed from my own personal experience of, getting my own wellness in check. And the truth is, I sampled so much wellness check, like apps.
1 minute remaining.
Fitness, nutrition wise, and then even like mental health, I use so much, but I truly think our app will be one its kind, because not only we're going to be going to be affordable, and the second most important part is like we're going to also provide a really good community support, which is 27 like peer support. So this way can keep people more engaging and then less isolating through the wellness journey.
All right, we've come full circle to, that was our penultimate and now our ultimate provider. Thank you, Team Circle.
Ooh, unmute, use the chat, give them some love.
Give them some love.
Great job.
Good job, guys.
Go. I got it. You guys are rocking it. It's unbelievable. Each one has such identity, such brand, and the teamwork is evident, which really makes my heart sing. So.
All right, and for our last group, we have micro movers. Woo!
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Right.
Micro
Let's get those
movers.
slides up there.
I think our judges are getting pretty expert at our form by this point.
Judges, are you ready?
And get ready, because before our final presentation, we're going to take a picture. Lynette, check your chat.
So yeah, after this presentation and before the judges leave, we're going to have everybody turn on their cameras and we're going to take a group photo of everybody here for you guys to have this weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
Judges ready?
Ready.
All right, and our final presentation of Monterey Bay Techstars Startup Weekend 2021. Micro movers ready, set, pitch.
Hey everybody, I'm Ted Dahl and I'm here to tell you about Micromovers. We are Micromovers, that's Dan, Jonas, and I, and we're on a mission to enable reduced carbon households with no vehicle or smaller vehicles to shop local for sofas or other large items. What's the problem? The problem is you're at Home Depot buying lumber, you're at Best Buy buying a TV or an oven. You found this giant Santa picture at a garage sale, true story. Your family asks if you want that awesome sofa from the living room. You want to say yes to all the above, but maybe you drive a Honda, or you don't have a car at all, or maybe it won't fit in your Pagani. What now? Well, I've had people say, Ted, no problem, I got this. Okay, where there's a will, there's a way. But sometimes with a little more will and there can be a better, safer, more legal way. Our solution is Micromovers. We offer an on-demand service that allows you to request a vehicle and personal muscle to move your bulkier and heavier purchases from one place to another. You open the app on your phone, you enter some information and select an offer from the delivery vehicles in your area. Then you leave the driving and the muscle to Micromovers. It's basically a mobile app, works kind of similar to other apps you've seen in the space, in that you'll see people that are available in your geographic area. You'll tell them about your item, the kind of service you want, the dimensions and weight. You'll get some quotes. That's the third screen on the right. And then you kind of seal the deal with the confirm button. Now we got some feedback about people wanting to build trust. And a couple things that we've done in the fulfillment space is you're going to get a picture of your item as it's loaded on the truck, and you have to approve that before they start their delivery so that you like how it's loaded and protected. And then you can follow it on the GPS. When it arrives, they take another picture so you can make sure there's not a big hole in the side of your stuff. And then you can say, yes, it's complete. We feel that now is the right time for Micromovers because everybody has experienced the effects of the global supply chain being disrupted due to COVID. We also feel that it has reduced freedom of choice because those who have survived with good logistics systems, it limits the market in terms of you being able to go local. So we feel Micromovers can help the local business partner and then enable customers to shop for their larger merchandise that they can't fit in their car. We went out and did some research. That means that Dan, who's in the lower right-hand corner, ran all over town talking to people. And we got a positive outlook from both drivers and potential customers. They felt it was a unique solution to the problem of being unable to get their large goods instantly delivered. Customers mentioned some trust issues, as we said, so we got that tracking and photographs. And we also got some suggestions from our mentors about building trust via using specific entry communities or specific drivers. So one example was people who just got out of prison, which I know sounds bad at the start, but really getting those people back on their feet and getting them working is a good way to keep them from becoming repeat offenders. So the businesses were a little more skeptical, saying they already had their trucks and people. But when we talked to their drivers, they had the other story of they'd love to be able to make money via micromovers. Competition-wise, we feel that, I mean, Amazon does well in the prime space, but we feel we can compete because we're actually offering on-demand service of delivery, so and you get to pick your store. Uber has sort of Uber Flash, but it's really for smaller stuff. They don't support the larger items. TaskRabbit, the same thing. We found some good competition with Dolly, but when I went through their platform, they want to charge you $120 to move, for example, a sofa 2.3 miles, and we feel we can undercut that. Financially, basically, we were looking at the San Francisco market. So we saw that there were about 31% of people who don't have a car. So we maybe estimate maybe 600K people who have either no car or a smaller car. And back of the envelope, if they would make 4 purchases a year and we go for 2% of that, that's 24,000 deliveries, $1.9 million. And our target is to hit about 20% in terms of the amount we capture. The rest goes to the drivers. So that'd be about $400,000 a year in our prototyping in the San Francisco area. So that'd be 60 deliveries a day, 4 per driver, 15 drivers, couple customer service people to run the business. Moving into year 2, we would, if everything looks good, we would want to expand into other neighborhoods or other markets and get to 1.6 million. Year 3, maybe 10 million target, something like that. And that is a summary, and we are open to questions.
Whoa, strong finish. Judges.
Great idea. Look, I've had my own personal challenges of moving stuff around. I have to admit, movers made me think moving out of town or picking up and packing up my house. So I don't know if the name kind of doesn't resonate quite with me. But so how does the company make money? You take a cut of the fee, the estimated fee?
Yeah, when we talk to customers, I mean, not customers, to the drivers, we pitched 20% as sort of an entry idea, and they said that sounded more than fair.
And then I want to get to the other judges too, but things like liability, it's their vehicle, I bought it, it disappears, it flies out the back of the truck. Where does the liability sort of come in too?
We did some research on that, and California, the way it works is if you extend insurance to your contractors, they become your employees. So we'd need them to carry their own insurance policy, and we'd need to certify that as part of the sign-up process.
So is your team, I'm looking at kind of piggybacking on Kelly too, as far as I think the cost, you've got insurance, and I guess you've researched that out as far as, vehicles and availability, but do you have a team put together? I mean, do you have people with pickup trucks, or how's that all going to work?
Well, the entry market is the San Francisco area, but also we had a mentor who mentioned another geographic area further south, and so maybe that's a possibility for us also, because the first test is only with 15 drivers, right? To see what does this look like, and can we get the traction and compete with the competitors in this space? Because Dolly's been around for 5 years, so we want to know, can we do it cheaper and do it faster? I feel like we can, but we'd want to prove that out.
1 minute remaining.
But are these your employees though, or are you using contractor style like Uber?
Yeah, it's definitely Uber style, because they have to carry their own insurance policy and do all that, so that we don't have them as employees.
Other questions? Great graphics.
That's Jonas. I'll have to say our team, Our team was global in Brazil, in the UK, and in Washington, D.C. So it was awesome working with everybody. Thank you.
Look at you all
Fabulous.
go. That is awesome.
All right, as the judges are tallying their final results, Taylor, this is your
Let's
piece.
everybody get your cameras on if you can. We want to take a nice group photo of you all.
Lynette, you got it?
Look lovely.
And you can unmute and make some noise now. Show all
You
the
guys are
love, all
done.
the
You did
anxiety.
it.
It's over.
Micro movers.
Yeah, micro movers.
Eureka, we want to see you.
I'm getting more and more people even on the next slide, and I'm going to take a screenshot of that one. Everybody.
Got it?
I don't know if it's me on the next page.
Hey, wait, one more.
Yeah, we got a lot of people on.
Third
We're gonna
page.
be working. Woo! Feels good. Woo-hoo-hoo. Jazz hands.
I love the dog.
Oh, look at the dog.
Oh, yeah,
Paula,
yeah.
she's the
You
wellness
didn't-
ambassador.
If you could get a pet therapy experience on Circle, that would be great. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. One second.
I'm
What kind of a
joking, I'm
dog is that, Young?
Young has a wonderful looking dog. What kind of
Oh,
dog
yeah.
is that?
So now the judges and I and Mary Jo are going to be whisked away magically to a side room, and Taylor and Brad are going to tell you all about what's next and how to stay on your journey. So we'll see you in a little while.
I get to that side room.
All right. So for my judges, I think the breakout rooms are still open. So on the bottom bar, there should be a thing that says breakout room. Click on that and then click join. There we go. They're making it over there.
Mary Lou is still here.
I don't see it.
Oh, Mary Lou, you have, oh, no, you have been put in there. Let me look.
Don't have it.
This is only for judges.
Oh,
This is only for judges. Let me see. I don't know why it's not letting me do that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So do I need to
Not
leave?
Near the bottom that it says breakout room, sorry, screen share, polling. Do you see any of that? Or just screen share?
I got screen share.
Do you have breakout rooms, reactions, or interpretation?
Might be under ...
Not sure. That's unusual.
That
Should
is
be able to-
unusual. Hold 1 second. Technical.
Wait, got it. Got it.
Awesome. All right, guys, you did it. Woo! You got through the weekend.
Right. Good job.
So we've got Brad, and he's going to tell you some awesome things that are available in your community to help you take the next steps to get this stuff off the ground.
Cool. Thank you. Can we go to the next slide? All right. So first of all, congratulations, everybody. That was an amazing set of presentations. Absolutely the most professional presentations I have ever seen at a startup weekend. So really good job at putting those together. That process went amazingly smoothly for being online and in the middle of a startup weekend. So good work. So now you've spent a day or so working on your businesses, but they're probably not quite done yet. There's a little ways to go. And I want to talk a little bit about support that's available to you through our programs to help you take these businesses forward. So let's go to the next slide. So you have entered what we call the annual cycle of innovation here at the Institute for Innovation and Economic Development. And I've got a little marker there that says you are here. That's Startup Weekend. And if you go around the cycle, you'll notice that there are lots of other things that are available to you. And that's what I want to talk about. Okay, let's go next. So first one, every month on the second Tuesday of the month, we run a Startup Monterey Bay Tech Meetup. This is not for tech firms only by any means. It is for all entrepreneurs and all startup companies and everybody interested in entrepreneurship and startup companies. And let me say a little bit about what we do at these. Let's go to the next slide. Here we go. So one of the things we do is we announce upcoming events that are happening in the region. There are an amazing number of entrepreneurial events going on in the Monterey Bay region between Monterey, Salinas, Santa Cruz, and all the areas in between. So we want to make sure you know about those. So that's one thing we cover at the meetup. Next slide. You don't want to miss Mary Jo Zank's monthly news quiz. What's going on in entrepreneurship in the region? And you want to make sure you do your homework so you're ready for this and you've got the answers to the monthly news quiz. Next. The core of the meetup is hearing from interesting companies in the area, and there are lots of those. Many of you may be aware that Joby Aviation has a large and growing presence in the area. Joby is maybe the world leader in the urban aerial mobility space. They are huge. They are setting up at the Monterey Airport. They are testing products there, and they may be putting in a manufacturing plant by the Marina Airport. That will be a game changer for the area. So we keep a close watch on Joby Aviation. But other companies, Levered Learning, Seed Stages, Terroir in a Jar, Greek Seafood, the Carmel Honey Company, all these companies growing up in this area, we want to make sure we hear from them. And hearing from other companies gives you ideas on what you can do with your company. Next, please. We also hear from organizations and resources in the area. The SBDCs make regular presentations. You'll hear from Cindy a little bit later, talking about the incredible services available to you through the SBDCs in the region. The Western Growers Center for Innovation and Technology for Ag Tech, El Pajaro Community Development Corporation, they run a kitchen incubator. Startup Launchpad, that's us. And these other organizations, DART, Naval Postgraduate School, and Slow Money, Monterey Bay, and other organizations that have resources available for you, ideas available for you. You want to hear from these folks. Next. And you, this is an opportunity for you to get up and talk more about your business. Every time you talk about your business, you get to think it through a little bit more, and you get feedback and responses, and you want to get your business known. So the Startup Tech Meetup is a place where you can do that. Next, please. Whoops, there should be more slides. There should be a whole bunch more slides before we get to the SBDC. Okay, so the next tech meetup is on this coming Tuesday, February 9th. And we are going to be focusing on, we've got a couple of companies in the DART space, drones, automatic automation, and robotics technology. And we'll be featuring the Startup Weekend winners. If the judges come back and declare you a winner, we're going to invite you to come and do a short presentation at the tech meetup so everybody knows what happened at this week's cool Startup Weekend. Next, please. Now, after the tech meetups happen every month on the second Tuesday of each month. The Startup Challenge only happens once a year, and it's the big event that comes up next in our cycle. Startup Challenge, the entries close on March 8th. The qualifying round pitches are on April 9th, and the finale is on May 7th. So you want to start getting your businesses ready for the Startup Challenge. This new venture competition has 4 divisions: for venture firms, ones that are intended to get big; for Main Street firms, ones that are intended to be small or localized businesses; a social venture division for either not-for-profit or for-profit businesses that are focused on their social mission; and of course, a student division. Win prizes, get workshops to help you develop your business, get mentors to help you develop your business, and get your business known through the Startup Challenge. So you should all be looking to enter the Startup Challenge. Next, please. In the fall, we hold the Startup Investment and Community Capital Expo. This is a funding event. We have about 20 to 25 businesses that pitch at this event to investors to raise money for their businesses. So you need to be fairly far along for this to be ready to pitch for real money. But that will be coming up sometime late in September. We haven't chosen the exact dates for it yet. Stay tuned. Next, please. Startup Launchpad. This is the newest part of the IIED. Startup Launchpad is incubator services. So we do drop-in advising. If you've got a question or an issue you want to deal with your company, reach out to Startup Launchpad. We have a whole mentor network that can help answer your questions for you. For those of you who are getting further along and are getting into launch and growth, we have an ongoing mentoring program that you can apply for, where you get exposure to our mentor group and can get a dedicated mentor to help you get to launch and to growth. We've also started what I hope will become a series of industry founders roundtables. The first one we just launched last month is the Specialty Foods Industry Founders Roundtable. This is for people who are starting businesses, who are running these businesses, to help them be successful by sharing information across the group, by hearing from experts, and delving deeply into topics and issues that are important to being a successful startup. Next, please. You can find all of this at our website, startupmontereybay.com. It's got information about all of our events, all of the resources we have available to you, and news from the region. So please join us at startupmontereybay.com. Come to the tech meetup, enter the Startup Challenge, reach out to the Startup Launchpad, and we would be happy to work with you to make your business successful. I think that might be the last one. Is there one more?
Did you want to do the SBC slides?
That's going to be Cindy doing the SBDC slides.
Okay, I've moved them down, Cindy, if you want to go for it.
Got it. Okay.
So we can share the slides again, Lynette.
Yes, you can. Whenever Brad's ready for me to share. Are you ready, Brad?
I'm ready. Go for it.
Okay, so Brad talked to you. Looks like when the slides transferred, it's missing something, but I'll fill it in. When Dad talked to you about some of you are just getting started and there's a lot of work that you need to do to get your business off the ground. That's exactly what small business development centers are here for. They're to help take you from the idea phase through the launch and the growth phase. And so we're part of a national network of over 1,000 locations in the US, Puerto Rico, and Guam, and there are 45 SBDC centers in California. Our job is to help stimulate growth and grow through business development. Our job is to help local economies grow and thrive. We're a proud resource partner of the U.S. Small Business Administration, and because of that relationship and one that we have with the California Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, we're able to provide one-on-one business advising at no cost to the business owner. We do this by county. And so if you're in Monterey and San Benito counties, you would reach out to Cal Coastal SBDC, that's us. If you are in Santa Cruz County, you would reach out to the Santa Cruz County SBDC, and you can see the links got shifted around. So the way you sign up for services with the Cal Coastal SBDC is casbdc.biz/CC sign up. The P is missing. And then for Santa Cruz, it's the nc.ecenterdirect.com sign up. So the P is missing from that one too. If you are located outside of those three counties, or those three counties, anywhere in the United States, you can go to americassbdc.org, find your SBDC, enter your zip code, and it will help you find the center that's closest to you. We all provide the same services. They're confidential. It's specifically designed to meet the needs of your business. So it's individualized. You come in, we help you with an assessment of where you are and where you need to go. And we help with everything from assessing, helping you access capital, business planning, human resources, marketing, social media, e-commerce, and so much more. So that's a little bit about what an SBDC is. Just you heard Brad talk about a number of companies that speak at the startup meetup. I saw at least half of the companies on his list are companies that we've worked with, people that came through Startup Weekend, came through Startup Challenge, and ultimately worked with us, launched their business, and are growing and expanding to multiple locations. So we're really excited to see that happen. Next slide. So for the first, second, and third place and audience choice winners for today, we're going to give you some VIP assistance. Everybody has access to the free services from the SBDC, but we're going to reach out to each of the winners, do an individual needs assessment, and then connect you with the resources that can help you move your business forward, depending on where you are in that stage. So this is just a slide to give you some contact information, the same sort of sign-up information that was on the page before, and the contact info for the SBDC serving the three counties in the Monterey Bay service area. That's all I have, Brad.
Excellent. Thanks, Cindy. We and Cindy, we and the SBDCs worked very closely together. So it's a great combination. There's a ton of support out there to help you get your business started. So Taylor, I think we're back to you. And so now's the point at which we're going to dance for a while, right?
And vote on the People's Choice Awards. So
cool.
we're going to have a poll pop up. You can vote for your favorite team that is pitched tonight, and they'll get a People's Choice Award once we get all the results in.
I thought my impression would be difficult to judge, but great presentations. I can appreciate all the work, the hard work that went in to put those together and then to present them to us and to everybody else. So I can really appreciate all the work that all the teams put in. Turn out, really well done, well done. And it was hard to judge.
Thank you, Eric. Kelly.
Yeah, Eric, well said. I agree. They were well put together. These things are nerve-wracking. They're very challenging. You want to keep it on track, which everybody did. I'm a big believer in keeping it simple. Sort of less is more, but I agree with Eric. Difficult to judge. Everybody did a great job keeping it on track. And look, it's about solving a problem or creating a need or building a better mousetrap. And I thought all of them were really well thought out concepts. So congratulations.
Thank you, Julie.
I can't think of a better way to spend a couple hours on a Sunday. This was great. I'm always encouraged by the energy. It's fantastic. I love hearing the ideas. And many of them, most of them were all very relevant to our current situation. So thank you everybody for sharing. I've really enjoyed this.
Thank you. And Mary Lou.
Yeah, again, last but not least, I just think that you guys did a fabulous job. I love the ideas, love the creativity, made me think, and woo-woo, great job, everybody.
Woo! Thank you to our amazing judges. And now back to our slide deck.
You guys did it. You worked for 46 or 41 hours?
46.
46 hours straight. You guys have been putting stuff together. So what did you learn? Think about what you're going to take with you to your next project, or whether this project is your next project.
All right.
A huge other shout out to the people who made this event possible. Like I said before, and I cannot reiterate it enough times, this organizing team has been working so hard to pull this off for you all. They have done an amazing job, especially in this new virtual space. Look at them go. Woo! Major round of
And
applause
make
for
them your friends. Don't be strangers. They are here to guide you and help you. Don't let this be the last time they see you.
Yes. Stay
yes,
connected.
organizing team. A pleasure to work with.
Also, the global sponsors, like we were talking about, make sure that you use those codes and get those perks that you have here for the weekend. Those are on the resource page. They're going to be sent out again in the email, and they were on the email for Saturday morning as well.
Okay, and next?
We can next that too. That was the perks.
I forgot what our slide.
Where do they go from here, the top 3 winners, besides the prizes? Because I've judged
we will
in
talk
May.
about that.
So they did talk about that.
Yes, we will. We talked about that while we were in the room, Eric. So we'll give you a private briefing. And now the winning teams, Mary Lou, we're starting with the 3rd place, right?
I think we're starting with People's Choice.
I'm not Mary Lou, Mary Jo. Oh, the People's Choice. Did you guys vote?
Yes, we did vote.
All right, Mary Jo has the slide deck. So what are we starting with? Because we can't see it. Get ready. Lynette, she might be still updating it.
It is good. We're good. Woo!
Zen
People's Choice
Space
Award to
with
Zen
the
Space.
People's
Right.
Choice Award. Woo woo!
Good job,
Everyone
Zen
wants to be more
Space.
Zen.
You guys got the highest percentage of the vote. We can share the poll results right now.
Yes. Now remember, even if you don't place, you are all winners for showing up and, you know, doing what you did all weekend and starting work on your business. This is a start, not a finish, a start. All right,
you guys
great.
did super awesome. All right, now for 3rd place. Drum roll, please.
Lilliput, woohoo! It was close. It was really close. Lilliput, let's hear it for Team Lilliput.
Yay!
Good job, guys.
All right. Second place.
Drum roll, please. Seats for STEM.
Yay! And I just want to remind all of you that Shannon on day 1 said, I don't have any business experience, but I have an idea. So that is proof positive of what can happen on a weekend, how much she learned and what she did. So that was a great effort. And now, Taylor, in
Last
first
but
place,
not least, 1st place. Drum roll,
is
please. Zen
Zen Space. That's 2 for 2, Zen Space. You're doing really great. Hooray. And remember, the judges are community members. Some of them are willing to talk to you. They might have specific comments, and it's a learning experience. It was really hard for them to judge. You know, it was really good. And remember, this is a Techstars specific contest. It's about our criteria. It doesn't actually mean that your business is not a winning idea. It just means that in this competition, the ones that won hit those criteria hardest to show us the minimal variable product, to really explain the business model, and to make sure we knew who their customers were and what they'd be doing. So congratulations.
So if I can just for a second, responding to the question that Eric put out, what's next? So those three, Zendesk, Lilliput, and Seed Stages are invited to join us at the Tech Meetup this Tuesday to do a short presentation on your businesses there. We want to let everybody know the great stuff that came out of Startup Weekend. And all of you are eligible to enter the Startup Challenge. So you should jump on that and start your application now.
Right. And then the winners, there's some specific consulting and mentoring services you will get. All of you get the perks, and stay connected. Do we have a next slide?
Just another big round of applause for everybody who's been involved. This has been awesome.
You guys rocked it. A big thank you for working with us with the platform. A big thank you to my co-facilitator, Taylor. We really had a jam working with you, and we learned a lot watching you, because the perseverance and the dedication that all of you showed is exactly what entrepreneurship and Startup Weekend is all about. And all of you will be getting your certificate that you could post on LinkedIn or on Facebook. Give Mary Jo and the team maybe a week to get that out to you, and you'll have a big follow-up email with everything you can do next. Connect with us all on LinkedIn. Don't be shy. We're all open for consultations, meetings. Think about who you didn't connect to, and you want to say, hey, I saw you do that at Monterey Bay weekend, and I'd like to talk to you. So remember, this is just a start. It is only one step on your journey to bring you closer to your dreams, closer to creating a business that will change the world, and closer to being something that we all need. So we are so glad you were with us. Any other closing comments?
Yeah, I've got
Organizing
one.
team, Brad.
I got a big one. I want to make sure that we, first of all, thank our judges, Kelly Crampton, Eric Johnson, Julie Olivaria, and Mary Lou Shockley, for joining us and doing a great job of judging. You all, that was amazingly smoothly that you moved through that judging process. Thank you very much for your time. And I want to do a huge shout out for our two facilitators. So this is the 9th year that we've done Startup Weekend, and we've had some really, really great Startup Weekend facilitators, but you just saw the two best Startup Weekend facilitators that we've ever had. This was so challenging, keeping this together, keeping everything moving forward in the face of all the things that happen online. This event is so hard to run online. They did an amazing job of keeping this rolling forward. So Eileen and Taylor, thank you very, very much for your work.
Thank you for allowing us to be part of it. And, you know, I know Justin's going to want feedback, but let's turn off the slide, see everyone's faces for one more time. Pictures will be posted. And remember, give us feedback. We also, like you, are constantly improving ourselves. So let us know what we can do better next time. Let us know what you want. Let us know what you're looking for. And Brad and his team, Jenny and Mary Jo and Lynette, are really open to hearing that and meeting your needs and becoming a real fixture in your lives as you go on your journey.
Yes, thank you all so much for being here. I'm so incredibly proud of what you guys have accomplished in such a short period of time.
Really
you guys were
amazing.
great. Thank you.
Thank you. Open up that. Everyone go off mute and make some noise. Woo! Startup Weekend, Monterey Bay. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. And expect an email with all of the information and link in. That's it. We're a wrap. Go get your Super Bowl snacks.